All right, everybody, welcome back to Here We Go Again. I'm Ken,
I'm Stephanie.
and we are starting this episode, episode 12. This is the second go-round of trying to start episode 12. Every week, we have a technical snafu. Every week, we have a little husband-wife squabble, like they like to say on Bluey, which is a great TV show for kids if you're not watching.
A squabble.
A squabble. So, yeah. So anyway, here we go again. Literally, it fits.
It didn't really need to be a second time go around today. I just let you know that the volume was a little too loud.
Which
and
you do
paused
every
it,
week.
and then was like, "Wah, wah, wah, wah." And it would have been fine content. All I need you to just pause it, but nope.
I don't think
Very upset.
every week the listener that we have wants to hear us go back and forth about
She might.
the tech issues, the volume issues, your issues, all of that. So listen, I'm pretty
might.
sure they're not that concerned about it.
They could be.
They could be. You're absolutely right.
They could
Yep.
be like, oh, and I thought I had problems. Ooh, Stephanie's got a whole batch.
For any single people that are listening, by the end of each one of these shows, you should be saying, single is sexy. And that's the way I like it. Exactly. That's exactly
Yeah.
the way it is. So listen, for everybody that is listening out there right now, we appreciate it. We are available on every major platform that you can think of. Apple, Spotify, you name it. If you are listening, you like the show, like and share. That would be great. We would really appreciate it. All that stuff does help in the rankings, though I don't think there's 1,000 shows with our title, but it does help move you up on some of the things with Apple and whatnot, because you know what? We are all a slave to the algorithm.
I guess so.
Everything is algorithm. We go through it with our business on Amazon. We go through it with reels that we're trying to create as we grow our media empire.
That is not something I'm trying to do. But
Algorithm.
I mean, I'm pretty close from stepping away after that reaction.
Oh, come on. Like, listen, we've been posting reels.
I don't know how my little dog could make someone
You're the first
mad.
person. Here's what's crazy. You're the first person I know, without even trying, you got monetized on Facebook,
Yeah.
which, as a husband who's had concerns with how much time you're on social media, I should use that against you to be like, look, you're on Facebook so much, they're willing to pay you. They think it's a full-time job. Like, so that's,
Okay,
that's already kind of impressive.
That's aggressive.
Right? But at the same time, you are the first person I know that's had the opportunity to be monetized on a social media platform, like personally, which I think is very cool in the fact that some of the things you're putting out there, they are reaching people. You've got, 600 some odd followers, which, is right below, like Beyonce and Joe
Which is
Biden.
right below like most ninth graders in our town.
Yeah, that's possible too. But you're using it. We're putting stuff out. We've talked about it, I think, on the last episode. That literally for you, when this was an opportunity to post and make money, you were kind of like, but now I'm not really that interested. Because as soon as it becomes like work or whatever, and this isn't a shot. It's like you want to just to do it to enjoy it,
I literally
not do it to make money.
I put up a little post of Doug walking in the leaves, and someone posted one of those angry emoji reaction faces to one of the posts I had of Doug where he says he wants a rack of ribs.
Yeah, but the person, like, we've talked about this
But it didn't
already.
make a comment, and I can't see the angry face, and I just want to know why.
It's because
and are
of my
there
voice.
People?
I used, listen.
Are there other people that are angry?
No, it's not angry, Stephanie. Listen, understand. This particular reel that she's talking about is literally a video that I took, and then I dubbed my voice in an obnoxious kind of Doug-like voice. I did it through Apple.
You just talk like how he talks.
Right. And I put that out there like, I went a whack of webs. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it takes a real man to use his cartoon dog voice
Yes.
on these things. And that's what it was. It was, I want to whack a webs. and he runs away. It's like a whole thing. It's like 30 seconds of him doing this. And somebody probably turned
really
on the
hurt my
thing because there's no
feelings.
captions.
I didn't mean to hurt their feelings.
You didn't hurt
really,
shit.
they
It's
must
some
have-
angry person who didn't like a video of a French bulldog and its owner's stupid voice, or it's just really just some gross person sitting at home who has nothing to do. They just finished off their second pizza and they're bored and they're on there and they decide, I'm going to give this little Frenchie an angry face because I'm angry inside. It's called indigestion. Loser. But you let it get to you. I don't know why you let it. I mean, people give me thumbs downs and angry faces in
I could see
reality.
if I put something up that was like kind of like controversial, which I don't know. what I
Like
could ever
Doug
do.
in a Trump wig or what?
Yeah, like holding some political sign, but like
Right.
something like that. But no.
No, you just listen. People are angry. People are bitter. Sometimes people. Again, I told you too. There's always a chance with people that are watching Frenchie videos
Yeah.
of him saying wacky things. No pun intended. They probably just meant to click smiley face, and they hit the angry person.
You gotta scroll over.
Well, you'll be okay. Now we heard the thing this morning. Like as far as social media goes, we
Yeah,
were
like that girl.
Yeah, she
from-
got blocked.
What's
Now,
her name?
Her name, Courtney Cox, ironically.
Oh,
But she just got married recently, so it's Courtney Cox something.
From what show?
From what show? Oh, from the Greg Hill show
Yeah.
on WEEI in the morning. It's a sports show. It's a pretty good. It's actually pretty good. I actually stop at 6 a.m. I'll stop listening to whatever podcast I'm listening to
To listen to their
to
show.
listen to their show. I do like it. Radio is tough because of all the commercials, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan gets paid $200 million by Spotify, reads 5 minutes of commercials. WEEI probably has trouble keeping afloat, and they read, 2,000 minutes of commercials.
Yeah. Plus the commercials that they have anyway.
Well, you got your normal
Like the
commercials, and then you've got
recorded
commercials like
ones.
this next line is brought
Yeah.
to you by, Trojan or whatever, and it's like, holy shit! Like, you have to literally every word you say is sponsored by somebody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she got blocked. So this is more local. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, two rookies vying kind of for the role of Patriots quarterback.
Yeah.
And listen, this girl, she's on a sports radio station. She supported Bailey Zappi, and Mac Jones's girlfriend heard about it. Obviously, she probably listens in and blocked her on her social media, on Instagram. And
Yep.
they played it. They were talking to this girl live, the woman on the show, and when she realized that she was blocked, I mean, she was devastated. She was
Yeah.
really taken aback. She could almost not function because it hurt her feelings to be specifically blocked. And I think it's like, well, that means you're just doing your job at that point.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's just like so random. It's probably just like why that lady made the mean face with my Frenchie reel.
Oh, you got to get over
Well, I
it.
know,
honey.
but it's not the same level, but it kind of
It's
is.
not.
But
It's
you
not
know
the
what?
same level.
When we were talking to H yesterday, he was saying he didn't like how the New England fans booed Mac Jones.
Yeah, that's a- that's a
A lot
thing.
of people are.
Listen, New England fans are assholes, but you know what? We're dedicated. That's what makes this area amazing. Like, you go to some like baseball games in other parts of the country, and people are like, "Meh, I'm just here. It's an experience."
Like for the hot dogs.
Yeah, they're there for the hot dogs. They're there for a
Beer.
night out, just to do something.
I don't like
New England, man.
Cracker Jacks.
What the fuck? Okay, well, okay, that's good to
I was
know.
thinking about like baseball games and people who are out there.
Yeah, that's
I
good. It's good to know.
Never like Cracker Jacks. Did you ever like them?
Yeah, I love Cracker Jacks, man. I get that little LSD lace tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Put that right on my body somewhere, make it look real cool. And oh yeah, get that shit stuck in my big old chompers here.
What was it? Popcorn and peanut?
Yeah, it was like caramel coated or butter toffee coated. It wasn't butter toffee. I think it was just
My
like
dad
a
used to
caramel
eat a lot
coated
of that.
Cracker Jack with the peanuts. And I remember as a kid, I
It
always
was a
wanted.
cute box. I always like the box.
Okay. This is no. Well, that's a sound bite for a whole nother show. But my question is, snack type. You're talking. Like, you didn't like Cracker Jacks. You ever have Crunch and Munch?
That's like the same thing.
That's
but
butter
no.
toffee. That's like.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't.
Let me tell you
like
this.
That.
Cracker Jacks versus Crunch and Munch is probably the same as how would I put it?
I don't like
a glass
toffee.
of like having a glass of really good classy ass wine and having a shot of dirty backwoods moonshine. Crunch and Munch is like a superior product to
I don't
Cracker
like
Jack.
toffee though.
That's fine. You don't like toffee. But I can say this. What I was going to say is box-wise, for the box treat, Cracker Jack
Had a
or the animal crackers in the little circus box.
I used to like those a lot.
The what?
I used to like those a lot.
The animal crackers in the circus box. Was that not a
Did
treat?
you not see my cheeks as a
Well,
child?
I saw your cheeks. I thought you got stung by multiple bees. But my question, like that was the.
Do you want me to tell you a bee sting story?
Nope.
Okay, I'll tell it when you're ready though.
Okay,
I have it.
you let me have it when we get through. Well, let's get through one little thing at a time. We're bouncing around like a couple of fucking gummy bears at this point.
Okay.
So, the little box, it was like
You love that
to
show.
me. Yeah, I did like that. To me, getting that little box of graham crackers, that was the treat of grocery shopping with my mother.
Yeah.
And even when I was little, and listen, here's a little factoid. Things I don't really talk about myself very often. Stephanie knows this for a fact. But from the time, this makes me like a little weird. From the time I was little,
yeah.
I always pushed the cart. I was
you were
made to
pushing
put.
the
I was
cart?
like, it was like my job to push the cart, no matter what.
That's why you like to push the cart.
To this day,
He still
I
pushes
still push
it.
the cart.
He takes it away.
I don't. Okay. So again, it would be a special little treat to get.
You earned your.
You just earned it. It wasn't all the time though. We couldn't always get it, but like you get it sometimes. And those animal crackers, they were really cookies.
Yeah.
Because some animal crackers, they're fucking.
crackers.
They're shit.
They're like.
They're like the hollowy, like puffy kind of animal.
To get a lot of those because
They come in a bag. Yeah.
Or in the big
No.
bear.
No.
Yeah,
No. Those
we
are not.
used to get those.
Those are. That's crap. Animal cookies.
It's not crap to some people.
Animal crackers
those.
should be really a cookie because it's really like one of the, not the German butter cookies you like, but it is more of a
The Danish butter
kind.
cookies.
But you know what? Like the animal crackers in the box.
I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah, they're like
they
a
were
cookie
cookies.
cracker.
Yeah, they weren't even a cracker. Fuck a cracker. I don't want to sound
Yeah.
like Armageddon, but it was not a cracker.
Yeah, yeah. Just because they're called animal.
I mean, a cracker's a Ritz,
Yeah.
right?
That's a toasted buttery cracker. This is a sweet
It's still a cracker, man. Still a
Yeah.
cracker, like us. So, okay, so
I was like out of
well,
fucking
it's just fine.
nowhere.
It's just because we're doing.
You know which ones I don't like?
Yeah, tell me, fill me.
So, I liked the Keebler frosted animal crackers.
in. Oh, a frosted animal cracker. That's a treat.
I do not like. It's Miss Molly's frosted
golly.
animal cracker. It's an off-brand. They sell it at the store. It's gross.
Is it in a bag? 'Cause
It
if-
wasn't a bag when we had them here.
If it's in a bag, it's disgusting.
well, it was in a mini bag, so it's
Doesn't
kind of
matter.
hard to tell.
If it's in a bag, listen. You go down the cereal aisle, a million boxes of amazing goodness.
But the
Then you get to the
cereal's in
end.
a bag.
Some in the box.
I know. So the people that are selling the cereal in the bag without the box, they're just saving you.
They're not saving shit. That's always the garbage ones. It was always like Market Basket O's or
have to get.
toucan stands.
Okay. Well, we
Like
had to get
fruit
off-brand.
O's. You know it's a knockoff when it can't say loop and they say O's,
Yeah.
right?
We used to have.
Well, I don't know. We were poor and we could at least afford cereal. So it sounds like you probably had to take that shit up with your parents.
I didn't really.
Maybe they
like
just didn't have
cereal.
love for you or something.
No, I mean maybe they just knew we didn't like it.
You probably when you guys were alive for when there were prizes, right?
Yeah.
That was the shit, right? They must have
No,
outlawed
we had
that.
Cocoa Pebbles. I think. Oh, I think Erica really likes cereal. Yeah. She went through a phase. That's all she ate.
Cereal. If I had my
Cereal
choice,
and
man,
apples.
I would eat almost nothing but cereal. If I could eat anything.
I'd probably eat toaster strudels.
Oh, toaster strudel. That's a shit too, right?
I used to like those, or Pop-Tarts.
Toaster strudel was the far superior product.
Oh, yeah.
But
MG wasn't buying those all the time. Those
you
are
had to
pricey.
do work. If you were if you were crunched for time, you can grab a Pop-Tart out of the box. You can run and you can eat that shit on the way to the bus.
Yeah, not with
Toaster
the-
strudel, man. You gotta fucking toast it,
It's hot.
then you gotta like do something with the frosting, and you gotta make a design, and
I
you
used
put
to
the
do, yeah.
put a little face on it. By the time you're done, all the frostings run everywhere, so it looks like somebody with like sloth
We
from
used to buy
Goonies.
toaster strudels a lot here too.
Toaster strudels were like that. That was like a once a year treat.
Oh,
In the
not once
house.
a year for us, but
What's that?
not once a year for us.
Oh yeah. Listen, we would be told sometimes after grocery shopping, "Hey, we got a prize for you." It's like, "Ooh, what'd you get?" It would be chips. Like that was the prize,
Sometimes
like
that's
Ruffles. So
Yeah, but
it's not a
sometimes
prize
it's-
worthy.
Well, if you don't get them all the time, it's a prize.
I guess so. I guess maybe in Ethiopia, Ruffles would be a fucking prize.
Yeah.
But for a kid in New England in the summertime, a fucking bag of Ruffles ain't
But
exactly
you weren't
prize
denied
quality.
food. Besides, like not being able to afford it,
not
but like
not denied. Like I was never told. Actually, well, no, that's not entirely true. That's not entirely true.
oh, did you eat a whole box of donuts?
No,
one
no,
time?
no. I told you, like, there'd be times that, like, I'd be made to have, like, a peanut butter and jelly for lunch.
Oh, and
then
people
everybody
have a
would go
better
to-
lunch or whatever.
They'd go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
And then when I was like, oh, I want something. No, you already ate. You don't need anything. You already had this. So, as a kid, you got to sit in the back seat after having a peanut butter and jelly
You
that
had
you
to
were made.
watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, what? What are you, like, shocked?
Oh, I thought they left you at home.
Left me at home? No,
Not
no.
the
I had to go, I got to go for the ride. I got to see. I got to enjoy all the smells of Mickey D's as a kid, but I had already eaten. Nobody was spending money on me, baby.
Sometimes when we would go to McDonald's, not when my dad would get it for us, but like if we would go out with my mom, sometimes I would want like the drink and everything. She's like, no, we have drinks at home. So I wouldn't get like the Happy Meal. I would just get like the burger and fry.
Yeah.
And I would just, okay.
It's smart. Listen, the drink is ridiculous. Why add $1 drink when you can literally
Just wanted to
have it
try
at home?
I just want the bread.
Oh, but you got the Happy Meal, right?
Nah, I didn't get the Happy Meal. She just got me like the fry and the burger. That was
Oh,
it.
but the toys were crap. They were crap.
It was just still like,
But I get you. I feel what you're saying.
I mean, but I just dealt with it. I didn't really care. I got used to it after
But
a
you
while.
could go home and you could get the prize out of the Cocoa Pebbles, right?
I mean, I got the prize of going to a home, so there we go.
You had a nice home with happy people
Yeah.
and all that stuff. That's cool. That's
Yep.
neat.
Yep.
Gotta try that sometime.
Yep.
So, what a week! What a crazy week
Yeah.
we've had. So I mean, a lot of ups and downs this week. You know, we got a lot of bits and pieces. Some of it sadly I bring it up, but we can't really share.
Yeah,
on
you
the
know
show,
what
but
it
it's-
is? I'm gonna say it.
Oh, geez.
We're parents, so you get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes shit just happens.
Yeah. The frustrating part sometimes is we reach a point with the kids where we should be arguing about what the kids are doing, and sometimes we're arguing about what adults are doing and stuff like that, like between ourselves. And we got you got other households, you got schedules of other households and everything else. It's a lot to try to piece together. I mean, the whole
Lot to
point.
manage.
Yeah, the whole point of this show early on was to talk about like, hey, here we go again. It's a second marriage situation. How does that make it different? And sometimes part of that second marriage means you got to still deal with the first marriage and try to get through it. And luckily, you have a pretty good relationship with my ex,
So
which
do
is
you.
well, it's a good relationship in the fact that like we don't try to kill each other, or
No.
neither of us are out to spite the other
No.
or cause problems.
No, and you've literally
But
been
you
there
talked to her-
when she's needed. support.
but
So no,
99% of the time when she's talking to anybody, it's you. I mean, you guys almost talk on a regular. I mean, it is daily.
We talk about 3 times a day.
Yeah, so that's my
an
life.
average of 2
So I'm going
hours.
to set up a GoFundMe for people to send
So
me
what's
their
that?
tears.
2 hours a day, 7 times, about 14 hours a week.
It's almost a
and
it's
then texting.
it's a solid part-time job you have talking to my ex-wife.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of sometimes I'm stuck in the middle of things and all that. So it's a tricky scenario, but
Yeah, but there's plenty of times when her and I are talking and when things come up, it's nice because all I have to say is, hold on. I just have to put him on speakerphone. And then things just get addressed and resolved right away.
sometimes. But
Sometimes.
yeah, sometimes it gets
Sometimes they don't. But then they just get resolved the next day. It's all good.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be together forever in the sense of as long as the kids are alive. So why be miserable?
Yeah, and listen, compared to early on in our relationship when it was contentious and everybody was angry with each other, it's definitely taken a turn for the better. Though sometimes, even for me now, ironically, I feel like I'll take second fiddle to my ex-wife. Like, oh, hold on, Ken.
Yeah.
Hold on.
The
Your-
best
Your
way-
ex-wife's calling.
The best way that I've described it recently to her
Mm-hmm.
and to my friends, she's kind of like, her and I were like weird, fucked up stepsisters who ended up marrying the same dude. It's how our relationship is.
Didn't I get lucky?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just how we are.
Yeah. Well,
We work well together.
and listen, for anybody out there, again, if you're going through a
It
second,
doesn't always work. I mean, like,
but it can if you
can.
just
Yeah,
you
it
just
totally
put some bullshit aside, right?
yeah, well, you just have to own your bullshit and everything. And then once you kind of own your truth, the truth shall set you free.
Yeah, because I will say this from a guy's point of view, and this is just some advice out there for the new wives. There is nothing more stressful.
New wives. Oh, if you're dating.
Yeah, if you're
someone's
dating,
you.
listen, you're
Or vice versa,
You're
really.
you're divorced, and you're dating somebody, or you're getting remarried, whatever your position is.
Yeah, and the other person doesn't have kids.
If the other person that you're marrying or you're in a relationship with has trouble with your ex, like, work on getting that nipped in the bud. Not to make them friends, but there's nothing worse. And I'm coming at this with a guy's perspective. There's nothing worse than trying to balance, especially when there's kids involved, issues with the ex-wife, but also trying to keep the new wife happy or the
I
new
think any
girlfriend
spouse,
happy.
That's why I keep on saying, like, man or woman. Because, like, a woman who's divorced and has kids and obviously
'Cause you know-
remarried, like, that person, that guy has to deal with the fact that she had a husband before and everything else, and, like, that she's still going to have to talk to him.
Right.
You know
There's
what I mean?
nothing. No. You know what people don't need, and I think this is hopefully what we've learned through this process.
To put your bullshit in front of the
No.
kids.
Hold on. Nobody needs the moment whether you're woman, man, where your new relationship is telling you need to tell your ex X, Y, and Z. You need to do this. You need to do that. Because what it does is it just creates pressure. And now it's already a delicate balance already trying to manage having an ex, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm the guy in a new relationship, can you imagine me telling my new wife, you tell your ex-husband he fucking isn't going to do this shit again and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you don't
I
need,
sometimes tell you to text.
but guess what? You don't need it. It's already stressful. It's already
She's waiting for you to fucking text her.
it's like all kinds of extra pressure and everything else that nobody needs. So if all I'm saying is that this is some of the divorced husband-wife situation, just listen, tell your new relationship, hey, it's okay. Don't be threatened.
Yeah.
Just chill out. Understand that I'm divorced for a reason. and we'll move past this. But if you
Well,
start making
sometimes-
demands and get crazy,
But sometimes relationships aren't always as like cut and dry, where it's like both parties have moved on, or who knows sometimes, you know? So
Yeah.
I can understand why people go in a little guarded.
it's a little crazy.
And sometimes you see, like, when you're in a new relationship, how your partner's now working with their ex-partner, and if they sometimes act like a lot different, or, you know, not as what they say they're going to do, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it can be a lot, but
It's kind of crazy when you get into a new relationship, and we've seen this with ourselves. We've seen this with other people we've known, that suddenly they get in a new relationship, and now when they're in that what we call the glass eating phase, when that person is in a new relationship and they are literally willing to do anything, including eating glass. It's always been my analogy.
yeah.
And we've seen it, like people that like, oh, I'm not into doing this, and now they get into a new relationship and they're off doing it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of crazy. But sometimes it's, you know, there's things that you're willing to do for certain individuals, and there's things you're not,
Yeah, I can see that.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the whole point of relationships sometimes,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Well, that's good. That's some dead air. I like that.
I don't-
I like dead air. That's
Well,
good on a podcast.
You
It's
were
good for audio shows.
you were moving with that thought. So
Yeah, I don't know.
letting you go with it.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Coming up this weekend, we've got the old Hallows Eve, which to me is one of the most overrated. I know it's not the weekend; it's really next Monday, but it's only a couple days away. Halloween, it probably is my least favorite holiday.
Yeah, we've gone through this, so
Yeah, well, that's okay. What do you think? We got 1 million listeners. I think we can come up with content that hasn't reached the masses. Don't you think? Don't you think? Like, what do you think? Entertainment Tonight's going to be like breaking
do you
expose.
think Mary Hart?
I think
still-
Mary Hart's probably dead.
Oh,
She's like 100. Mary Hart was like the
And John
shit.
Tesh.
John Tesh has
Yeah.
not been on Entertainment Tonight since he started tickling the ivories. He's like a piano.
he's always been
Guy.
into the music.
Yeah, he's into the music, all right.
Um.
What a Fruit Loop that guy was.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I didn't like him, but I liked Entertainment Tonight.
I liked Entertainment Tonight. I
Entertainment.
haven't watched it, and I almost had listened.
Well, it doesn't even really. Almost feels like it doesn't exist. It's like transformed into like Hollywood Minute or what's that? The other one. You got Access
Extra.
Access Hollywood.
Yeah.
Extra.
I used to like all those, but now I just watch the local news.
Yeah, you've gone full on old lady with the news. You love it, and it starts at 4:30, and you'll just watch it right till 7.
Correction?
4. It starts at 4.
Starts at 4, and they haul ass till about 11 o'clock.
They got it's
From
like
like 7. Nope, because then 7:30 their news comes on. 8 o'clock they go to shows, and then 10 o'clock it goes.
because they had to fill some time, right? Because of Ellen.
Yeah,
How long was the Ellen show? Was it like 2 hours long or 3 hours long?
an hour.
It was just an hour. It felt like a fucking day.
Well, they would have a show on before because Ellen would play on another channel beforehand.
What?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think that's correct.
No, I think it was.
You think Ellen was on multiple channels? I don't think so. I've never even heard of that before.
Maybe it was just the 2 ABC channels.
I think there were times that you flipped between Channel 5 and Channel 9.
Yeah.
Literally, which are both ABC affiliates. And
Oh,
you're
you
like,
think it was the
oh,
same?"
Ellen's on 2 different stations.
No, but I think one was on an hour earlier.
No, I don't think
or
so.
an hour later.
Maybe you were spending time mountain time. And you were just like, oh, hey, what's going on here?
Maybe it was the time
2 Ellens.
when we were in Tennessee.
Maybe
Maybe.
that's it. Maybe you watched it in the morning and then watched it again at night. And you were like,
No. I thought one was at 3 o'clock and one was on 4.
that's just not how TV works. Like, have you, as you're sitting here talking to me about this, have you
I know,
ever,
it sounds
ha-
stupid and crazy.
have you ever thought like, wait, they played Ellen at 3 And then they played Ellen again at 4. Do you think she did her live show twice
No.
with Twitch?
No.
Your chair's real squeaky.
Yeah. I don't. She's not on anymore. So
She's
I don't know
done.
why. Yeah,
she's gone. And they tried. They tried hard to cancel her. Like, the pandemic was stressful for everybody, but man, there were certain people that they just got it right in the tailpipe. And Ellen was definitely one of those. Oh, she was mean to me. Oh, she didn't. She didn't look at me when I handed her a tuna sandwich.
That really stunk, I bet. But you couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Who cares? Listen, Ellen.
So if she didn't want to see it, she could just turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
And then it faded away.
She's got to be worth like $500 million.
I'll tell you.
You look at it. Look at that chair. I'm going to light that chair on fire. That is a bad podcasting chair.
No.
And it was my old chair.
Oops, I think I hit the microphone.
Yeah, it happens. I do that sometimes. What's Ellen's net worth? Do you know? Did you put that in? Or did you just search Ellen?
No, I did, but it was giving the 2019.
Oh, great. I think you just downloaded a virus. It's okay.
Are you serious?
No,
God.
no.
Oh, Jesus.
You're working off a Mac over there, baby. I don't think a Mac can get viruses. But that's what they used to tell us back in the day.
Yeah, that's so you could.
Now
you
the
could
whole
just track
world
your
is...
porn.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to... Listen, you got to have something secure if you're going to be looking at porn.
Okay.
What do we got?
All right. Net worths to be $330 million.
330.
As of 2019.
Oh, this is old.
And estimated 20 earnings to be $84 million.
All right, so she's got
meanwhile,
cash. Oh, jeez.
Celebrity net worth estimates DeGeneres net worth to be $500 million as of 2022. Either way, it's safe to say
$500 million.
dollar menu.
$500 million.
In no word.
Oh my God, she could buy a
600 more million.
She could buy
she's
so
not
many.
A billionaire.
So many professional softball teams.
Who is
she could
richer?
buy.
Oprah Winfrey's higher net worth.
Oprah owns a net worth.
$2.5 billion.
That's a lot. That is a lot. That's 4.5 times, 5.5 times. Something crazy. I'm not good with the math right now. So anyway, now that we've talked about the news and all that bullshit, now we're going down a rabbit hole on Ellen. Did you really watch Ellen at all?
I did. Not enough to completely remember, but I remember Jeremy Piven.
I mean, I know who Jeremy Piven is. I don't remember a specific episode. That's okay.
I believe he was on the show.
Who cares?
You know who's on the Ellen show? Who I think is the same girl from Reboot, but it's not.
Okay. Who?
So, I don't know if she was one of the girls on the show.
Greer?
Yeah.
I mean, she probably got interviewed at one point.
Let me see.
I never watched Ellen at all till the last season. That was just because our schedule kind of afforded the opportunity to do so.
What do you mean?
Like we were home early enough in the day. I never watched Ellen ever for all of her.
I thought you meant the Ellen show back in the 90s.
What?
Like her show.
Stephanie, nobody gives a shit about Ellen's sitcom that lasted a year or two till she came out. That's what you thought I was talking about?
Yeah.
Compared to her 12 or 14 year running long daytime talk show that made her you think she made $500 million with her stupid sitcom?
No, I knew that we were talking about the talk show in the beginning when I was saying the 3 and 4 o'clock, but then when you're saying, "Oh, did you ever watch Ellen?"
Yeah, Ellen, this show, the talk show, the one that people think about and care about, not her old show that lasted literally 2 seasons. What are you Googling now?
Well, I want to see
bus tickets because you want to leave. You're embarrassed. What are you doing?
No, I was trying to find
too much
the people who were
Googling
on that. The Ellen.
Who cares? Nobody cares about that show. Look at you're bringing up articles about Spider-Man. I think that guy on Rogan is safe. I think Jamie on Rogan is perfectly safe.
I found it.
Oh, great. This is terrible. What is that? Is she naked in that picture?
No. Oh.
Okay, everybody. Well, Stephanie's on a deep dive. A really deep dive. Stephanie, come back, hon.
Okay.
We're trying to do this podcast.
All right.
and you're worried about the people that were on her sitcom. I bet it's not important.
I just don't.
What?
No. I wish I knew who the girl was. Jolie Fisher, Clee Lewis.
Oh, Clee Lewis.
That's who we were talking about.
Yeah, Cleo Green. I don't even know who the hell you're talking about. Enough.
Okay.
This is why it's tough, people.
What do you mean?
This is why we do a podcast
Like
called
our
Here We Go
marriage
Again.
and stuff?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it's tough. We're doing a podcast. You just decide now you're going to go rabbit holing on an old show, a 30-year-old show.
It was 1994.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's a long time ago. Was that 26 years?
Longer.
94 to 2004. That's 20 years.
Okay.
So.
And then 14.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's 30. Oh, so maybe I should.
Yeah. So it's a long time ago. It's
More
a challenge.
math than I can figure.
It's a challenge. But like we were talking about, I don't know, an hour ago on the show, that Halloween is on Monday. And it's my least favorite. And you said, we've already talked about this. And then we went off on the tangent that nobody cares about. So my thing is, Halloween is coming for Monday. That means we've already had to put a substantial investment into caramel and nougat and chocolate for all the little fucking rugrats that run around the neighborhood
Little
that
rascals.
night. Yeah, the little rascals. You got 3 bags of candy, which I have not even opened.
I think
I
you
haven't touched
2 or something, right?
No, they're over there.
still
All
there?
3 are over on the shelf there. I didn't open it.
Yeah.
I made the decision to go low carb again.
Yeah, back to keto.
Not keto.
Keto
It's
for
not fair to
Ken.
say keto because people that do keto, sometimes they got like breath strips, like
Oh, you're
And
not
they try-
breath
they-
stripping it.
breath stripping. What?
Breath stripping it.
That's correct. I'm just trying to keep my number low carb like we did, in 2020? Literally
After your
right before the pandemic, you and I decided, hey, let's try this. We got in shape. The
They
rest of the world.
weighed you before your surgery.
Oh, it
and
wasn't
that's
good.
When you went. You
Yeah.
said, we're going on a diet.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't say we. That's not nice.
You said, you bitch, you're going on a diet.
Hey, Lumpo, get on this diet.
Me?
Yeah.
And you said, yeah.
Yeah,
You and
no.
all your chins.
You know your chins. No, I don't
didn't
think
say
I.
that. You
No,
didn't say
thank you. Please don't. Please don't tell people I said that.
No,
But if
but after they weighed you, you did say that.
I wanted to go on a diet, and we did the low carb thing, and we each lost a lot of weight, and by using, I would say, 80% of that low carb knowledge, we've kept 70% of it off.
I've maintained my weight for the 2 years.
Well, there you go. And you eat nothing but carbs sometimes. You're sucking down more gummy worms and cookies than a
take that back. Take that
cookies.
back.
Cookies.
Yeah,
You were
can say
gummy
cookies.
worming it for a while, Stephanie.
I was.
You were like
that gelatin.
you were like
jam.
little Robin Redbreast in our kitchen, just worm, all the time.
I know. I had like
Gummy bears.
I had gummies by the bed.
You had gummy, like you were like one of those binge and purge girls. Like you had shit hidden in every crevice. Oh, look, my sock drawer. Oh, bag of Haribo. Oh,
Nah, I
medicine cabinet. Licorice whips.
No, just my night side. I would have.
Your bedside table. That's not a
I would
good
have
sign.
my Airhead sour strip.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're
No, I haven't had any candy in a little bit.
if you're listening right now, and we're going to probably post this episode video on Rumble. That's the service we've decided to use.
We decide.
I
Never a
decided.
discussion.
Fine.
Yeah.
I decided you don't need to worry about it. We're going to go on Rumble. You can see that Stephanie is not 850 pounds after talking about stashing candy in her bedside table.
And I probably lost like when we started in 2020. I'd say like 15, 20 pounds.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just, and I think we were talking about it earlier. Diet-wise was already like whatever, but it was the cider.
Oh,
We were into
fucking
ciders.
booze will kill you.
Booze can be tough.
It depends what booze you drink, but like
Tequilas,
cider.
things like that are very low carb.
Oh yeah, tequila. But like cider, beer, wine, and then whatever you mix it. So if you drink vodka, you're like, oh, I'm good. But then you put like Coke, like real Coke.
Oh, real? Well, yeah, anything with real Coke. Like, come on.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. It's like, so.
Don't drink your calories, people.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the low carb. So sadly for Stephanie, I've started up again, and I hate it because it does present a challenge for a household. And this is one of those things too for I think people out there listening, for the masses trying to figure out, how do I get in shape? How do I go on a diet? And the reality is, when you get to a certain age and a certain time, it's not so much your metabolism or whatever, it's how much your family is willing to help. Because I will say this, if I try to go low carb and the rest of the household is ordering pizzas and eating whatever shit they want to,
yeah,
it does make it hard, but in some ways it makes it easier because I know there's no pressure that you guys are all feeling like you're sacrificing for me as well. I would rather have you guys eat whatever the hell you want.
We do.
And acknowledge that I don't have to worry about, having what's for dinner. I can just kind of fix my own thing.
Well, I do make sure you have stuff in the house.
No, of course, and I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah.
But for me,
then it's tricky when
it does get tricky. I know.
Eat a lot of cheese, and there's nothing else to feed Keto except for
cheese
meat
is tough.
And cheese. So all he wants is the
It's not
meat.
what I want. It's what I kind of have to do.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And listen, if you're out there, and I'm going to tell you right now, my motto is this: the key to your weight starts on your plate, because you can go run I've been through it, right? You've seen me, Stephanie. You've literally watched me train for marathons, literal marathons.
Yeah.
Run 30, 40, 50 miles a week.
Yeah.
And
the backpack.
With backpacks and up 15% up inclines on the treadmill and not lose weight.
You were losing weight.
But not compared to just cutting shit out of my diet.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And
you were surprised with when we just started doing low carb and you weren't working out and the weight was coming off. You were like, kind of like, why have I been working out all this time? I should have just been eating better.
Yeah, that's it. 100%. Listen, we know somebody that's probably lost, I would say easily going to be approaching 100 pounds, never stepped foot in the gym, and it was just all diet. Mm-hmm. And it was just all cutting carbs.
Yeah.
And I still, to this day, obviously, I'm doing it again. I stand behind it. I think that is the 100% most guaranteed way to lose weight. And I think it's almost not even that you're losing weight, but it's just so easy to gain weight when you're eating that shit. Pasta, body, boom, right to sugar, right to fat. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Breads, all that stuff. And you know, somebody made a point one time. It's like if I eat steak for dinner, right? Mm-hmm. I eat a couple pieces of steak and I say, okay, I'm done. I'm not like full, but I'm done. I'm not going back for third pieces, fourth pieces of steak. Mm-hmm. But fucking pasta, potatoes, bread, average person will just eat like 12 helpings of that shit. You never leave a steak dinner saying, you know what I could go for right now? A whole nother steak. But you might leave saying, man, I wish I got another big old glob of mashed potatoes, because it's the same reaction your body has to eating sugar. You eat a candy bar, you're like, man, I could go for another one right now. Absolutely.
A small one.
I don't matter. Well, for you, for me, I'd eat a king size.
You want another king size after?
Oh, I could eat
What if it was like a king size?
Don't matter.
Butterfinger.
Oh God, I love Butterfingers. I'd eat a bunch.
Could you eat 3 in a row?
Stephanie, if I didn't care about what I looked like or anything.
What do you think is the most one type candy you could eat in like one sitting?
Wait, what's that now? Like, what candy could I eat the most of?
Yeah, like if you could just like for 3 hours.
Just eat nonstop candy.
Yeah,
What could
what
it?
candy would
What could it be? I would think probably. This is gonna you're not gonna believe me when I say it, but candy wise that I could just eat nonstop would be like jelly beans.
Oh, I figured you were gonna say they're candy corn. I thought you were gonna say
No,
something
not
like
candy
that.
corn. Candy corn's like
Gross.
fun. Well, whatever. You're not nice, but but jelly beans, like cheap jelly beans too, not like Starburst bullshit. Like I want white to taste like white. I want green to taste like my cleaner that we have in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Purple has a flavor that's somewhere between formaldehyde
Yeah.
and asshole. So it's like it's just somewhere in between there, and that's pretty good. The green ones,
You
like I
already
said,
said
it's like
that, yeah.
pine sol, and then black licorice, baby. Like, absolutely, that's good. But Snickers bars, as far as like chocolate is concerned,
Yeah.
Snickers bars are pretty damn good. Milky Way.
Do you consider Twix a candy or a cookie?
Listen, I consider it a candy bar.
Oh.
It's sold by the candy bars. It's not in the cookie aisle,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
My dad used to buy us a box of Twix a week.
Yeah, you wonder why you had those cheeks. You tell me about
And
these
I
cheeks.
always look for the box. They must not sell them anymore.
Probably at Sam's Club, probably in bulk. He had two girls, and he was just like, "Hey, one can have the rights, one can have the lefts. I don't give a shit."
No, it's just there's one in there. No, it was before Sam's Club.
Oh well,
Yeah, but a whole box.
I don't think it was before Sam's Club, but I get what you're
And
saying.
devil dogs.
Well, there you go. A lot of mysteries solved. Now, if I had my ultimate choice between like a Snickers bar that I would eat for 6 hours
Or a
straight.
ho-ho.
Listen, if I'm eating a ho ho, that might be a different story. Black with the cream in the middle. Oatmeal cream pies.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
Debbie.
Yeah.
If I ever met that bitch in person, man, I don't know what would happen.
Man.
What?
What the fuck are you calling man?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, man, I would be not
Oh.
you. Like, I'm not calling you a man.
I know if you were calling me like bro.
No, I was just like, oh, if I ever met Little Debbie in person. Oh,
Oh.
oh man.
Oh, I
Like-
get it.
Yeah, you got to listen. You got to open those ear holes, right?
Yeah.
But Little Debbie produced some of the.
I stepped on.
Oh, that's good. This is a real.
Probably kind of looks
Oh,
like
good
Oh,
recording
my
right now. Stephanie's like flopping around like a fish. She can't even handle sitting still.
that'll be a good one for you, where I get caught.
Yeah, you start choking. You Robin Williams yourself.
I don't know
but
what's the time.
what's the time?
where
What
I-
you got somewhere to be?
No,
you
no,
gotta
no.
like you got a
You
big
can-
big
you can
event.
know where I got
Yeah, about
hurt.
50 minutes in.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Okay.
Um,
No, I wasn't saying I'd be bad.
Right. Now, what about you? What about candy that you could just eat nonstop?
For 3 hours.
Well, I mean, you set the time limit.
okay,
I
if
don't.
we were at a movie,
Oh boy, Reese's Pieces, baby.
I could probably. Honestly, I could just M&Ms.
Mmm.
Yeah,
Oh my God, remember?
because I love gummies, and I could eat a lot of them. But I don't know if I could eat 3 hours worth. But M&Ms I could. I used to love CVS used to make Sour Bears, and they were 99 cents, and they were big. They'll make me more.
Big. Like how big? Like a handful of like
Okay,
a big.
you know,
like a dumbbell?
normal gummy bear.
Yeah, it seems a little excessive, but yeah, I get you.
Okay, you think it's
Stephanie's
like
holding up her finger a little bit there. I don't
Like
know
this
if
big,
anybody's seeing
okay?
it. Yeah. Okay.
they were like the size of my thumb and flat like that.
What?
Yeah, and the top would be red, the bottom would be yellow, or it would be dual.
Oh, those like 99-cent like cheapo ones.
The Sour Bears.
They would be like the version of like the gummy sharks or gummy frogs, like flat but big.
Yeah, exactly what I just said.
I know. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so they don't make those. I used to really like.
Well, that's good.
those.
That's good that we keep that in mind, like in memorandum
Well,
of.
I would think
Memoriam.
I could eat
Memorandum.
those. I don't know. I think I could eat those a lot, but the sour would be too much.
But what
So,
about okay? So back to
M&Ms.
the M&Ms because I'm with you. I'm feeling it. I'm liking the M&M thing. Just the thought right now of eating M&Ms and having listen
regular and crispy M&Ms.
I don't I
M&Ms.
do not discern. I do not discriminate against M&Ms. Oh, I changed my watch face.
Or a peanut. I used to love
Peanut M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms,
No,
cookies
no,
and
thank you.
cream
No, thank you.
M&Ms.
No.
It doesn't matter. Listen, when we went to that cookout a couple years ago, you know whose cookout,
Oh yeah.
and they put out a bowl
They mixed them
of all the mixed M&Ms. That was possibly
That was like your
as close to
favorite day.
it was as close to heaven as you could possibly get.
I did that, you know.
We did that with the little cups. Remember,
Yep.
that was like during COVID. We did like the individual little cups, so people weren't reaching in and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I said it was for your portion control.
Yeah, if you get a chance, if you want to reply. Yeah, it was for portion control. But man, I love M&Ms. You know what, Stephanie? I think that might be the candy that I could eat just absolutely nonstop.
Yeah.
M&Ms without a doubt. And
It's a nice one.
it's a nice one. That's
Yeah,
good. That's
I mean, okay. I know you said you could, but you couldn't eat like 12 Snickers bars.
I could. I'll do it on the show next week. I don't care. I mean, it would F with everything I've worked for, but yeah, I could eat
And it
12.
would disgust me.
Which size Snickers though? Like normal sharing size or
Mini.
fun size? Fun size?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
You think 12?
Plenty.
No.
Plenty.
Oh, it's plenty. You're right. I mean, for human beings to consume, but for me as a challenge, I have no off switch
King
when I
size.
eat. King size?
Yeah, how many think you could put back
5.
before puking?
Before, if I push myself to puke,
Have
if
you
I could get
ever
there-
pushed yourself to puke by eating? Oh, good, you should, because that's gross.
probably 7. 7 king
so
size.
5 would make you feel like almost complete dog shit.
5 would make me feel pretty rough.
Ugh.
But I mean, you've seen me like around like those little, like when my dad has those bowls of like Hershey miniatures.
Yeah.
Like I can just pop them like shrimp.
It probably wasn't his Airbnb people who stole the candy. It was you.
It was probably me, baby.
Yeah.
That's right. I love me some candy.
Yeah, he has like the Mr. Good bars.
And some years, listen, when I'm healthy, the kids' candy sits in the fridge for the entire year. And then there's times when I'm off the wagon for eating, and I haven't been to a meeting in a while, and I'll eat the whole fucking bag of kids' candy over time.
Yeah.
And I love Reese's peanut butter cups. You know, that combination of peanut butter and chocolate.
Do you like the mini ones or the big ones?
I don't give a fuck.
If you had to pick.
Between mini or big, what? Reese's peanut butter cups?
Yeah, which one do you prefer?
Oh, the bigger ones.
Oh, you don't like where you can just pop in your mouth?
The miniature ones, like you still put the same amount of work to peel off the wrapper to them, and you're just getting like a real quick, and it's like something's off with the ratio. The
Do you
peanut
like
butter to
the
chocolate.
little minis that they make of them? They're like super, super small that don't even have wrappings.
For what? For candy?
For the Reese's.
I thought
They're
that.
in like little bags.
I don't know. Listen, all I know about
Sometimes
Reese's
they put them on
peanut
top
butter
of your,
cups are like
top of
this,
your ice cream.
or the tiny. Yeah, those are like tiny, but they're taller. It's like a Rolo with a
Yeah.
little crown on it.
But they're not wrapped. They're smaller than those ones.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll find some and I'll show them to you.
Yeah. No, you know what I bet you. Okay, listen. Did you forget about Robin's eggs?
I didn't like Robin's eggs. I like mini eggs.
Mini eggs.
Yeah. Robin's eggs is a different brand.
Oh, well, mini
Those
eggs.
are malted balls.
Whatever. You like mini eggs.
I love...
Could you eat those 6 hours or 3 hours? I've seen you do a number.
Fuck you.
I
Fuck you. No, because I can't even finish a whole bag. I could try. I can do a half a bag in one sitting.
But your chips, like you like.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
you.
like
I
you-
could do a
yeah.
whole bag of Doritos in 3 hours. 3 hours? I could eat 2 bags of chips.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
And
I
I
used to
could
get in
care
trouble
less.
when I was little.
I mean, I would like chips. I gave them up, but I mean, I wouldn't. I probably. I don't know what I would rather have. Definitely chocolate. Definitely sweets. There's no doubt about that. I am a
I'd eat
1,000%.
chips.
No.
Yeah.
No. Give me the sweets. Give me that kind of stuff any day. Pies. You're not a cake person, but pies,
I like cake.
donuts.
I like pies.
God, we were watching a show last night, and the people were making like fancy
We were watching
donuts.
The Bear.
The Bear on FX, which is a very good show. You should check it out.
Oh,
Very
it's
intense.
FX.
It's on FX, yeah.
Oh.
With all the language, you would think it was like HBO or something.
Oops, I just turned on the printer.
Oh, that's good. So if you're hearing anything right now, that's just a printer because Stephanie's...
Got a fax coming in.
Yeah, I got a fax coming in. It says...
1996.
Yeah. But yeah, The Bear on FX, that's a very good show.
Yeah, it's really good.
Language is rough if you have kids, so this is definitely a nighttime
But if
adult-only show.
talk like Ken and I, it sounds fine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We've done 5 or 6.
We've done a fair
episodes,
fair amount. But one of the guys on there is like really passionate about baking and making and like seeing people make donuts.
It's pretty good. Ooh, excuse us.
Oh, that's what getting up at 2:30 will do to you.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing that, oh my God, donuts. Wouldn't that be like we were talking about it briefly last night? Like that, I think would be the ultimate for us. Like we already do a business where we're able to work early, leave early, and our day is done, and we can do other things.
And have fun.
And have fun. If we needed to do another type of business, I would probably lean towards that.
I would wax.
Well, that's
What
wax.
I do anyway.
You know, we could have
But
a store, a little storefront that would be for waxing and donuts, and we would call it Wax These Nuts, right?
no. Yeah.
Waxing nuts, something.
No, something has to. The hole has to be
Yeah.
in
Well,
there.
there you go.
'Cause you
get
have
a
to wax the hole.
Excuse me.
So
Yeah, we'd have to take a look at what we would name it. But making donuts, I'd be 500 pounds, but we'd probably be like happy, and we'd be one of those places that would produce like 500 donuts.
be done for
When
the
they're
day.
done, when they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to do it. Like that, we get in, bake them, they're done. That's pretty good.
And you have total control over like what you're selling and
Yeah.
what you're putting out. You could be creative. You just got to get people in there. No coffee, no bullshit. Like literally just donuts.
Just donuts.
And if people don't like it, fuck them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Or go next to a coffee place that just does coffee. Boom.
Yeah, maybe. Well, good luck with that. Who does just coffee?
Some people.
Yeah, next to a Starbucks, technically, because I know Starbucks sells shit, but people are only buying that
It's
stuff
not
out
the
of
same.
out of desperation. And like, I don't like how Starbucks.
Sometimes when the food's sitting out there, I know that's not but it makes me feel like, is it?
You're absolutely right. It's not the food they're selling, but because it's that it looks like it's been sitting out all day.
Well, some things
It might
they
even
do
be
have
fake.
on the
I don't even
display.
know.
Yeah, that's what I'm not sure.
It could be fake. I can't imagine that they make a
Someone
fresh
from
one every day.
Starbucks, give us a call.
No, how about you don't? How about if you work at a Starbucks, you're listening, and you know if that food in their glass case is real, made each day, or what? Let us know. You can reach me on Twitter. You can reach me on Twitter at xcastken. That would be cool. You can DM me that information. I'll share it with
Imagine
Stephanie.
if you got a bunch of DMs from ladies' boobies.
Why would I get boobies? Like, you want to see what's in that rack? How about D's? I mean, come on. Like, you're worried about some lady sending me a boob picture? If I want to see boobs, you just search on the internet. Boobs. like, I don't, like, back in the day, man, you had to fight for porn. It was like Lord of the Flies out there. But nowadays,
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about some crazy OnlyFans bitch sending me a nudie picture. Like, just probably get a subscription service. People
For
making,
boobs?
her boobs, beef, whatever she wants to show, right? Like it's crazy. The world's about to end.
No.
Yeah, probably.
We
You
just
can't.
got a new TV.
We just got a new TV. What a deal! What a deal from the old Best Buy.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I don't want it to end.
The old TV's my monitor now, which is actually better than I thought it was going to be.
I know. I did a good job suggesting.
Yeah, you did. You suggested it. You said, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh, I don't know if that'll even fit on my desk." I had to do a little rearranging, but
Looked like it fit just fine.
yeah, well, hey, that's what she said. And it looks pretty good, right?
That's what she said.
That's it. Yeah, see, looks pretty good. So what else has happened? We were gonna go to the other thing with Halloween, the cunty ass holiday that it is.
Language.
Whatever. Tonight I've been drinking, so I'm feeling it. So it's good. We're in the flow.
It's so
We're
funny
in a flow
because
state.
I thought you had said that you weren't feeling
Well,
it. So it's funny.
if you look at the amount of alcohol, and one of our listeners I know will understand this 100%. If you look at the volume of alcohol that I can consume before I feel it, it's a little scary. It's like the Snickers bars. Like I can push it before I start feeling
maybe.
like in the groove,
Yeah.
so to speak. But
Anyhow.
we were going to go to, there's a local amusement park, Canopy Lake Park, and they do Spooky World, Spooky Fest,
Something
Spooky
in that realm, yeah.
Ghost Dick bullshit, whatever it is.
I
And
don't think there's any ghost stick there. That is just
listen, it could
in-
still be haunted. Could be ghost dicks.
It's just in
You don't wanna-
your sleep dreams if you have
You don't wanna
sleep
have to
apnea without a CPAP.
Yeah, you don't have to suck a ghost dick. That's a Joe Coy
In this new
reference.
special, yeah.
But anyway, so this spooky place, they're going to have, people jumping out at you, and you can go on some of the rides at night and shit like that. And we fucked up, man. We really did. That time I said, man, we really fucked up because we kind of told the kids about it. We've been going to Canopy Lake Park for like 100 years. It's always been a relatively set price. And shame on us. We did not realize that
Jack
by
that shit up for Halloween.
adding a bunch of spooks and specters and all that kind of stuff to the whole setup, the price went from kind of expensive to ridiculously fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Which bumped our total, which we expected to be about $160 to about $500.
I was thinking like at least a solid $250 after everything.
Which is ridiculous to
was
begin
said
with.
and done. So said and done. But yeah, it was like $500.
$500 to go in, have people, like people that don't have friends and probably smell bad to begin with, and now they're dressed up.
And for a group of teenagers who one doesn't really like rides, the rest of them are probably going to get scared. So we would have been
one of the kids doesn't like jump scares. The other one isn't into all the rides. They got company coming. They're not into ride. All I could picture is us dropping 500 at this fucking place, and then literally the first kid who said, "Oh, can we go home now?" And they're teenagers. You would turn into one of those creatures from Ghostbusters, and you would eat them whole. And I wouldn't blame you. Normally, I'd be like, Stephanie, no, don't do it. This time, I'd be like, no. You want some ketchup? Because I'm pissed. We spent all this cash to come to this whole fucking thing, and now you're already complaining because, oh, there's lines. Oh, there's whatever. And this is something amusement parks. I know that the douchebag place with the mouse does it, but I would love to see every place offer the opportunity to get like easy pass, speed pass. Like
they did. That was another $100 they can't.
$100.
It was a $25 per person thing.
$25
so it would've been on extra $125.
So in that situation there, you can be the one.
And it's going to be really busy this
It's going to be
obviously.
You're talking about going to a spooky place for Halloween weekend. Like, we can't be that touched in the fucking head that we didn't think it was going to be busy.
No. That we did. We just thought it was going to be the normal, like, $30 price.
Yeah, well, that ain't fucking happening.
Yeah.
So what was it like? It was like $60. It was twice the price. And listen,
I wanted $59 something, and then an extra $25 per person. So it's $59 plus $25. What's that?
59 plus 25. What do I look? It's
69,
85,
79, 80.
$84.
So yeah.
I mean, go back a step. I mean, the people charging this, they should suck a ghost dick because it's ridiculous. Families are, listen, times are tough for people. I don't need to like go off on a tangent.
There were some coupon things, but it was
fuck
still
a coupon. Damn it.
But I
just
know that
give the price. Give the best
unfortunately
price.
for us, because they didn't scare you during the day, but on Saturdays it opens at 3.
Well,
So
I'd
I don't
like
know
to
what time
think that
nighttime ends at.
you would. What time does nighttime end?
I mean, nighttime start at
dark.
Yeah, so it's
Probably
like
4:30.
Yeah, so great. The kids wouldn't be scared for an hour and a half.
They're
and then-
teenagers. I mean, one's graduate. Like they're going to be possibly going to school in Lowell. Like whatever happens at Spooky World is nothing compared to what that could
I
be.
think all 3 of them would cry.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But I wasn't gonna. I just could not. I could not handle what would be going on between us if the kids, we got there, we spent the money, got there, and then the kids were like, this is boring, or, oh, we don't really like it, or we're scared, the lines are too long. We've had that happen. We've spent the money. We've gone in.
Or, yeah. And
then-
they can't say, okay, well, if you guys want to go, pay for your own ticket. Because they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't and shouldn't.
No, but they wouldn't because they probably know it wouldn't be worth it for them to go. Isn't that crazy? How kids will know that? Like,
Yeah, but
if
somebody.
we have to pay for it. Oh, no, that's not worth it.
How do you think most dates happen with women?
Oh, girls got to
If
eat.
if guys put out there on their Tinder thing or just in general said, "Hey, can't wait to meet you. Be advised, you're paying for dinner." The girl might be like, "Okay, I took another look at this guy's picture. That ain't worth the price of dinner. Swiping left. Goodbye."
Could be.
Right?
Could be.
Yeah. So kids are the same way. It's like they'll do fucking anything if somebody else is paying.
Sometimes.
In general.
Yeah.
If we say, "Hey, do you guys want to go to Spookyville? We'll pay for it." Yeah, sure. It sounds great. What do we care? And then if we're like, "Okay, listen."
No, not true. I said, oh, hey, you want to go do this? And they said, no.
Yeah, it's a lot of things you suggest. They'll say no. But you've always been really good about finding us stuff to do for free.
Yeah.
You've always been,
Well,
actually, I should say this. You've always been very, very good about taking time to look that shit up. I mean,
Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff.
Especially now
when
that
you
they're
have little
older.
kids, you can find a lot more free shit to do.
fuck free. Just go to the park.
Yeah, no.
God, we spend so
but I
much
know.
time at the park.
But when it's like you need a different view, there's a lot more like free events for little kids.
No, I get that. God, we used to do so many different things with them, and that's a struggle there. And I bet people in our position, our age, go through it with divorce. Like just when you get the kids on the weekend, you don't want to spoil them, but you also want to just make the most of that time that you possibly can.
Yeah.
But sadly, generally, your ass is still bleeding from the week of child support and alimony
Oh,
that you've
that
just
was from something else you've done.
that you've just
Jesus.
that
Oh,
you've just
God.
paid. So there's not a lot of cash left.
Yeah, sometimes that
And
happens.
you got to find things to do, and the reality is the park for any divorced dads that are listening right now, the park is your friend. The
Yeah,
park
it's
is your
free.
pal. Like find a park,
Pack
take your
lunch.
kid, take your kids, go there. They'll climb and be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Be part of it. Don't get all wrapped up on your socials and sitting on a bench and whatever. Get out
'Cause
there.
you'll just become.
Just become a mom. Like just fucking run around with your kid. Well, I don't give a shit.
No, you know what?
You know
You know what I was gonna say?
No.
A blob. Because
A blob?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
well,
you'll
that's
just
worse.
sink into the
Second
bench.
worst
But you
to a
don't
mom.
have to say that. Like you have your
We
your
go
own
to these.
mom
No,
issues.
stop. We go to these parks,
Yeah, and
and
there
you
are
know
moms who
for
are
a
doing
fact,
that. Yeah, but not all
You
moms
see-
are like that.
not all.
So you can't generalize it.
A shitty mom.
You can't.
How's that? A shitty mom. There's good moms. They exist.
Yeah.
They're out there.
You don't want to be the shitty parent at the park. 'Cause
yeah.
You know what?
You don't want to
Your
be a
kid
shitty
does-
parent at all.
Your kid does.
Try that first.
Your kid knows that. when you're not paying attention.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Of course
Doug's
they
going
do.
crazy.
Yeah, Doug's an asshole. Of course they do. See, we're gonna ignore Doug. Maybe he's getting eaten by an alligator up there because he's having a fit.
I hope not.
No, he'll be fine. But yeah, listen, when you're the parent and you're just sitting on the bench, listen, if your kids are off playing on their own and they're having fun, do what you got to do, right? I totally respect that to a point. But if you're only getting your kids on the weekends and you only have that limited time and you'd rather sit on a bench and just look through the lives of all the fucking loser people that you're friends with on social media,
No, you can do that
then
at night in bed.
do that at another fucking time. Go play with your kids.
Yeah.
If they're off doing their own thing and they don't want to play with you, you do what you got to do. I understand. I respect that. But as soon as that kid or kids comes over and they're like, hey, want to play a game? You want to play with us? Whatever. Take that opportunity. Do not let that shit go by, because I'll tell you, it goes by fast, and it's so cliche. But I mean, we go through it now that the kids are teenagers.
Yeah.
I miss the weekends of going to the park because now it's even harder to figure out what the hell they want to do.
Yeah, because they definitely don't agree.
Because we still want to do things, but I think sometimes they're just happy they'll play video games or watching, just being blobs on the couch and shit. And that's just not us.
Yeah.
Like we're not blobs. We can be at times. Like once, I would say for about 5 hours a week, we dedicate to just, hey, we need to just recover.
This one way longer.
You're talking about yourself. Stephanie's pointing to herself. Yeah, oh yeah. There's no doubt about that. I get that. And I'm not even trying to be a douche. Like it's just different hours, different times, things like that.
I don't care.
Right. I get that. I get that. It's okay.
I know.
There's nothing wrong with being a blob. We did right. That's what you just said. Speaking of whatever, we just did a college tour.
Yeah.
That was a big event. We did a college tour. We did the UMass in Lowell. Yep. Went around that campus, and I have to say, I was impressed. Impressed would be tough. Pleasantly surprised. I did not know how many. I thought I was going to be playing bingo. Like, okay, look, crackhead. All right, check. Homeless person not
See, do you
using
hear that,
crack.
kids?
Check.
What happens when you just assume and judge?
Yeah, no, I
because of
did. I did, Stephanie.
You
I'm
are
not,
just
you were
so wrong.
You are more obviously more familiar, like having a whole family history of being from that area and people
Going to
live.
school there.
But even you were impressed because I think even you had a slightly different view compared to what we saw.
I had I knew that what we saw for like a diverse campus she was going to have. I knew that it was going to be nice and like education-wise she was going to be fine, but I had no idea what the classrooms were like, what the buildings were like, and the ones that we went in for her, they were really nice. And for her major, she's doing education. It was really good. It was really, really good. We went into some of the computer science and like technology type of majors.
Yeah.
And the buildings matched the majors in my mind. Just boring and bland. But they were going through a lot of construction.
Yeah, a lot of construction.
But there were bigger lecture halls and stuff like that. But as you walk through, you saw the different kind of labs, and everything was nice. It seems like it was a very closer, hands-on approach. So it was like a bigger university, but kind of like a smaller size.
Yeah.
And the campus was nice.
Yeah. One thing we talked about briefly, just I personally just barely got through high school. I did like half of a college certificate course, like whatever. So that was the level of secondary education that I had.
You didn't even apply to try to get your 2-year degree. You just went in for like a program.
Yeah, I did nothing.
Okay.
Literally nothing. But going through that, I was like, oh my God, what a waste. What a waste for me to have not tried. But I bet I would have just wasted money. I bet I would have been one of those who would have gone in and I would have just
You probably
wasted
would have
cash.
cleaned up.
I don't know.
You probably would have.
Stephanie, sitting there for my own daughter's orientation.
I know. I was saying
One of the
too.
teachers was sitting up there talking about like blah, blah, blah. It's like after a little bit, she sounds like
her
Charlie
nature.
Brown. Yeah,
I know.
sounds like Charlie Brown to me.
Sometimes, and you know why? Because she was going off
I
the
need
cuff.
Ritalin?
No, because that woman was going off the cuff and she wasn't sticking to a thing. She was just talking about the people that were in the department, which was good. But she even said she was gonna try to go fast, and it just was a very.
And I've given some thought after that. I've given some thought to doing some things. Pick up some sort of secondary education, in case, business goes south or I just get to a point physically where I need a break. And I think there could be something to it, but I have to figure out whether or not I want to dedicate the money and time. It's all online.
Yeah.
But I have to do some digging to see if whether or not that would be worth anything, because that's the tough part. You do anything with computer. I don't know if I like to learn.
Well, you like to learn stuff that you're interested in.
That's for sure. That's where college really, and even in high school, kind of fucks up. I mean, kids have interests. Let them do the stuff that they're interested in. If like this, I'm looking at graphic design and digital content, all that stuff. But if I had to take 12 English classes and 4 math classes and 2 sciences.
Yeah, see, some of those are
that's
tricky,
stupid.
But I feel like everyone should always have to take an English class because you're always going to be conversing with people and writing. And me, I don't even try when I put stuff out because I really just don't care because it's on my personal page. That's a representation of myself. So
I get that. Look how you're sitting in the chair. Look at the video. Like it looks like you're just a head.
I'm just comfy. Well, yeah, it's how
that's okay.
Whatever it is.
That's all good.
But
I mean, continuing education. So again, we toured the college. I'm thinking about it, and it's so tough. This is what I have to. I might actually contact a mutual friend of ours just to see if it's even, in their opinion, if it's something that would net any benefit down the road or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do get nervous
sometimes. One of our other friends is still going to school for another master, so I mean, it must.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It really is tough to decide whether or not it's, that return on investment, kind of like they said during the meeting. You spend that kind of money. Am I going to get that money back?
I think it depends what you put it into.
And then, trying to apply for jobs. Like I run my own business, so it's like it's really just more of a fallback.
Yeah.
And with digital content and all that, I don't even know if like I spend $3,000 on a certificate program, and there could be people that get those jobs like 18, 19 years old just because they are doing it every single day. Maybe companies are like, dude, you don't need a certificate for this. This is what people do.
You should intern a YouTuber.
Oh man, I would. If I could get on like the radio or something.
Yeah, I bet you could.
No, I couldn't.
You probably wouldn't want the radio.
Oh, I love the radio.
I think you'd want like a podcast, like studio, if there's like something around of like a show.
Podcast. You know what? Podcasting is just no different than Airbnb. If somebody was like, I would love to get into.
Yeah, but you'd have to follow a lot of regulations with like the radio. And
I get that. But
so I think there's like on certain things you'd want to talk about and be able to talk about and feel like you could.
Oh, if there was, listen, Stephanie.
But you might not be able to on the radio.
Honey, listen.
Honey.
If there was a producer, like some producer guy's like, okay, here's what we're going to cover today. Perfect. I just got to talk about what they put out there. Love it.
Well.
Love it. Absolutely. But I don't think that's just Doug chewing his bone. That's all that is.
Oh, it's upstairs.
Yeah, it's upstairs.
I thought it was this.
You thought it was the chipmunk was back? That was an event today. That was a big event. We had the bulkhead open. We had our screen thing closed. And
I wasn't impressed with Ken's attitude.
Well,
towards
okay.
me.
So here we go, people. Here we go again with describing this situation. And I want people to, you can reach out again at XCastKen on Twitter. I'll put a poll up. I'll put a poll, and we'll have our 2,000 listeners fill us in. Okay, keep a lookout for that poll on Twitter.
So I'm gonna set the scene.
No, I'm gonna set the scene.
I'm gonna set it because I want people to understand
Sure,
where I was.
You tell me what you think the scene was, and I'll.
We came back from Best Buy.
Yep.
I dropped him off, and he took the TV out of the car and he put it through the bulkhead to put in the basement.
Yep.
I took the dog for a walk. I took a video of him. I went upstairs. I finished the laundry. I came downstairs. Sorry, he was putting the TV up, and I went upstairs and I shut the door. Then, sometime later, he FaceTimes me and says, "We have a problem. Now you can take over."
Yeah, so I said, we have a problem. I saw a chipmunk come into the house. It came right down our bulkhead stairs, right into the basement. And now it was like the most scary thing for me, not because I'm scared of a chipmunk,
Should have been.
because if this chipmunk is in the house and I don't know where it is, fuck rabies. It's just not something we need in the house. Well, I FaceTime my wife to come down because I got to find this thing and I have to make sure it leaves. Stephanie comes down. I'll give her credit. She didn't say, "Oh no, I'm not going downstairs. Screw you. Call an extra." She came downstairs. She got halfway down the basement
With my broom.
stairs. I'm looking for the chipmunk. And remember, this is a chipmunk. This is not a badger. This is not a lion.
And you said to me when I came halfway down the stairs, the chipmunk's in the black hole.
I thought it was here in the black hole.
I'm going to need you to be brave.
Yes.
Like you were talking to a fucking stranger.
Well, I needed you to be brave because I needed you to keep an eye if that thing ran out the
I
door.
kept an eye.
Right. So instead, while I'm looking for it, she starts screaming like she had been shot and raped. And it's under the couch. It's under the couch. It's under the couch. And you're screaming at the top of your lungs. No, don't. It would be very bad. And you're screaming. It's like, okay, she found it. Stephanie, I need you to go.
That is.
I need you to hold on.
What did you do?
No.
You ruined it by screaming. Now
I
can't find
didn't
the
say
damn
that.
thing.
I was saying that. No, you were so traumatized. I was upset. I wanted you by the door, Stephanie.
I wasn't walking off the steps.
So you could see if it left when I chased it out.
Yeah, I wasn't going to walk up the steps.
Yeah, so
absolutely not.
Setting the scene. We have a rodent in our basement, and instead of my wife helping to get the rodent out,
I saw exactly
she
where it went.
screamed 3 different times, freaked out, did nothing, and I had to make sure to see the thing off through the bucket. Luckily for us, it literally wanted nothing to do with the level of crazy that we were presenting, and it ran out the bulkhead, and I watched it go. Otherwise, Stephanie, if that thing lived in our house, it would be on you. Right? No, not on you. It would be your fault because literally you would not help me just keep an eye to make sure it left. And this, like, what I don't understand, I get it in a way.
You said to me, Stephanie, why are you screaming? You hold a 23-pound dog. And I said, rabies. And you're like, oh, Stephanie, I don't even know where it is. And then I said, it ran out that bad way. You said, no, with your cunty screaming. It ruined it. And then I started running again. I screamed again and ran back out.
Yeah, just screaming. That's all you did to help. I don't know why you came down.
Well, you told me to.
Well,
I said, do you want me to help?
I told you to do a lot of things.
I said I'd bring the dogs.
Send the dogs. So again, I don't understand how you can be scared of a chipmunk and hold Doug, who's a 23-pound French bulldog. He looks like a big chipmunk. He looks like a chipmunk.
Those things are fast and
they're fast. They don't do anything.
They were trying to do something.
He just saw an opportunity to come in. He probably saw the new TV box, right? I mean, we know chipmunks love media. You got the Alvin and the other one. I'm sure he had a friend. I'm sure they were down here like it was spring break.
Well, you probably didn't
maybe had babies. Maybe
one.
they came down and laid eggs. No, just had babies. I know they don't lay. I was joking. So
No, they have nests.
they have nests. Yeah, I don't think it just came down and popped them out. What is this dance you're doing?
Just now, like the GBs of
The
like
jeebies?
like the heebie-jeebies. I'm thinking like
But they're like cute. Like
stuff. They are like Alvin.
what? Stuffed. Yeah, Alvin. I guess he's fine. And then the little fat one and the geek one.
Doop, doop. I used to love the Chipmunks. Those on TV, not in my house.
You know, I hate those girl monks. What were they? The Chipettes?
I
That
think
was
so,
stupid. And then they were like dating, but they were kids, but they were like, right? Like they all had
Yeah,
girlfriends.
they were chipmunks. I thought.
But there was like the two fat ones were together and the two with glasses, and then the two narcissists were together, right? You had Alvin and I think Brittany. I think that was her name. I think it was Brittany.
Let me check.
It sounds like
Wait,
a
let me get to the web here
yeah.
after this. So.
You take a look, but I believe it was obviously Alvin, Simon, Theodore.
Doot, doot.
The girl's name was Brittany, and I can't tell you
Well,
the
when
other
I do
ones.
chipmunks, it just brings up these little rat bastards that were in our house.
Yeah, Chipettes.
I wonder if it was the yellow pine chipmunk because it was a little
Chipmunk.
chipmunk because it was kind of dark.
Stephanie, how did you know you?
I saw his tail.
Oh my God, you were up on the stairs. You didn't see shit. I love you, but you're not even looking at what we're looking for, so
I'm just
that's
so
good.
scared. The chipmunks could come in again. It's
Just
like we were,
What?
we had
No, I don't-
we had a problem with birds coming into the house, and now it's like we have a problem with chipmunks.
Maybe
Great.
you're a Disney princess. Maybe they're all coming in to help sew you a
I don't think I
dress.
can handle it.
God, could you imagine if you were the Disney prince? That'd be a great
I
spoof
think only
movie.
for like dogs.
Like you would literally have a fit with like, I'm Gus Gus, and you'd kick him right off the castle roof. What are you even
I'm trying to
into?
find the girls.
Just search Chipettes.
Oh, chipettes.
Oh boy, if you were my producer.
Listen, I
Do the
hear
spreadsheet.
I hear how some of them are on the shows. It's okay.
That's true. That's true.
Chipettes, single ladies. That was like the movie. Oh, this is a music video. Oh, this isn't it.
Oh my God. Anyway, who cares? The girl's name was Brittany. This is the most boring moment of the show ever.
Yeah.
Is you're struggling with Googling, like, like I don't know what to do for you. I love you.
Yeah. I love you
I love you, but you're struggling with the Google. So what else? What else is going on? Anything? We have kids. What are the kids' final soccer
Brittany,
game?
Jeanette, and Eleanor.
There we go. Brittany, see, I was right. One of the kids' final soccer games.
Potentially.
to-
Not,
Oh, unless there's
if they
playoffs,
win,
right?
They go to playoffs. If they lose, they're out.
Yeah, that's a tough go. It's hard
Yeah.
to drive. We drive about an hour and a half to go see these
Yeah.
games, and when we get down there, because he's on it's a fucked up situation, but he's like on the JV team, but there is no JV team because it's a smaller
They're
school.
solid varsity, yeah.
So they all play on varsity, but only a certain number of kids start on varsity, blah, 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 whatever. So sometimes we'll drive 3 hours round trip to watch him sit on the bench along with all of his other freshman buddies. And
Yeah.
it sucks, but at least, but there are times we've gone down
He plays.
and they're losing enough or they're winning enough when the coach will put in the younger people.
Yeah.
So,
You gotta pay your dues.
yeah, that's it. You got to ride some pines sometimes.
That's it.
It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But anyway, soccer's finishing up. He's going to move on to track, indoor track, which is pretty good. Doing a little indoor soccer possibly
Yeah.
later on. That's the other thing I kind of miss or wish I had done.
Sports.
I kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't like, what it was? So the people that were in my school that did sport, they were all just assholes.
But you know what?
They were douchebags.
He didn't play sports with them.
No, and maybe that's tough too. And listen, for some
Listen,
people,
there's plenty of parents too who like separate their kids on like, oh, you can only hang out with kids who play sports. No, maybe in that like mentality, but because like you get in like a group, So sometimes
but I
it can
see
be
like
a segregated
I
thing.
see that dynamic with Hayden with all of his sports stuff. he's been on teams and there's kids he would never have talked to, but they do on when they're playing soccer or what have you.
Yeah.
I think if I had played from a young age, instead of thinking like, oh, I'm in high school now, let me try some sports. When people have already been on teams, they're already established. They've played together since they were like 3 or 4. I would have just.
Sometimes it depends on certain sports, where it's like it's not really open. And basketball and soccer, those are like huge ones that most teams and coaches sadly just aren't fair. And like not just talking about like our experience because I'm not. But there's plenty of people that I know. Like even a friend of mine, I remember she regrets that she quit her senior year, but she couldn't take it all of high school. Like the people, the coaches, just so mean to her. So I mean, but people are bitches.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
But yeah, so
And you played a lot of sports.
Yeah,
like through school,
not a lot
right?
of sports. Oh, yeah, I played through.
But I mean, you play. Listen, from what you've told me, correct me if I'm wrong. Softball,
Yeah, my
right?
first
Basketball.
I played softball
I thought that
only for the school team
That's
in high school.
Soccer.
No.
You never played soccer ever?
Oh, just like a couple years for town.
Well, that's a couple years.
Yep.
Then volleyball,
Yeah.
obviously. Tennis.
Yeah.
If I didn't say tennis already.
Yeah. Basketball.
I mean that's pretty
Basketball.
good. I said basketball.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
That's okay. So that's 5 sports easily. If I missed something,
Yeah, that's it.
well, that's 5 more than I ever played for an organized thing.
So
That's for sure.
I played basketball for town, so I was just like, bumping around. That was just till 7th grade because I didn't have to play in the 8th grade because I didn't want to anymore. Softball, I really like playing, but high school messed that up, and it just ruined it for me, and that's fine. And then I always loved playing volleyball. From the second I played.
Was that like your number one?
Yeah.
If you could go back and you had to pick one
If I could
sport.
keep on playing.
Well, there are adult leagues.
Yeah, that's probably something I regret that I just stopped, that I never kept on playing.
Well, it's tough. That's what sucks about, I think.
Like our niece plays, she started playing, and I get so excited when I see her going just to little practices, and she's only 5.
Oh, okay. I was like, who are
You
you
had to
talking
think
about?
which niece for a second.
I only have one niece,
Yeah.
but I thought sometimes because I have younger cousins, they get labeled.
No, but she has a playoff game tonight. She had 1-6.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, good luck to her.
Yep.
Whatever. Who cares? Just kidding.
Yeah.
In case anybody's
Go
listening.
Conval.
Go Conval. Yeah, I kind of wish. I wish I had. And, I was thinking, for a lot of adults that were big into sports, and then once they're out of sports, like through either college and then just life, it's hard. There's no, it's like kids get to play sports. They get to practice, and they get to run around and do all that. Then they get to play the games, and it helps them to stay fit. And then adults, it's like, well, sorry, that's all gone. Just go to the gym. When there's so many adults, and we would know one personally who would kill for the opportunity to work out in a sports mindset, like train, like swim, and compete and train in swimming and or play football or play rugby, but as an adult.
Yeah.
And it seems weird sometimes because it's like adult leagues, they're out there, but you feel like a weirdo.
I think you just have to
signing up for
find
it.
them, and then you just have to get into it. But sometimes it's hard to find, and it doesn't work with your life schedule because sometimes it's only once a week, like Tuesdays at 8. That might not work with a lot of people.
Not when you got a real fucking job and
Well,
you
that's
got to
it.
be in bed by 9 and you're out there and then having, if you got little kids and shit like that can be the killer right there. I mean, not in a bad way, just if you've got any type of idea of getting out and doing things like that for yourself. And this is just some advice. There's a lot of parents, that sacrifice things that nobody's actually asking them to sacrifice. And I've gone through that where it's like, I don't want to go for a run because if I go for a run, then the kids are going to wake up and they're going to be sad that I'm gone and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wait, Ken, you're And then I'll get upset and like in a way like, oh, I can't believe I can't even just go for a run today. Like I do so much. Like I just want to run. Well, nobody asked me to not go for a run. Nobody told me not to go for a run. I'm literally martyring myself, then being upset about it when nobody's asked me to be a martyr to begin with.
Yeah.
Nobody put it on me. And that's what I think most parents need to understand is that your children, they always should come first.
Where
But
is
if-
this? You're. Oh, okay. I
No,
thought you were
just
talking about
talking-
being
no.
an adult trying to do.
About trying to stay fit, trying to
okay.
like do things for yourself. Like if you like,
I know you're.
if there was an adult league,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot of parents out there, but if they have young kids, they're like, oh, I don't think I should sign up for it. Like I've got too much going on. I got the kids at home,
No.
and I'm just saying, like sometimes you have to do things for yourself when it's like the gas mask, right, or the mask
Yeah.
on a plane. You have to save yourself. You have to keep yourself fit first, and then you're gonna pass that shit down to your kids, and
Yeah.
they're gonna see that. But if you just sit around and you're a big lump, they'll be a big lump, and they'll have kids that are big lumps, and it's a fucking ongoing thing.
Yeah.
So just understand that you can take an hour or so, a couple days a week. The world's not going to shut down, and do you.
Yeah. Sometimes people just can't find those spots. So
Yeah, I think
that
so.
kind of stinks too.
Or it becomes an excuse.
I mean, if I only wanted to play volleyball, it might be a little hard for me to find an indoor league.
It'd be totally tricky. I'm not going to deny that. But if you said, "Hey, I want to go to the gym,"
Yeah, I could go.
you could find time. If you wanted to go, if you were truly passionate, you would find the time. That's all. And that's what people have to do. And they can't use their kids and family as an excuse and then be angry and bitter towards their family and kids because they're holding them back from doing what they want to do.
Right.
That's all. That's all that was. I just think fitness is so important. I
Yeah.
really do. I've always thought it.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I'm 45. I'm running at 12 miles per hour today on the treadmill.
Me too.
Yeah, I can
Running my mouth.
Yeah, that is for sure.
I was
That's-
just
that
seeing how
probably
far I
looks
could
weird.
get today.
What's that?
I was just seeing how far I could get today.
With your mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pushed it. You pushed it today. You pushed it with that fucking chipmunk. That's for sure.
Got the thing out of the house.
It left on its own. It's probably heard like one of your high pitched screams and thought it was like a dog whistle, and ran the fuck out of here. So listen, we've been talking for a little while now. What else we got going on? Anything good? This is probably our longest episode ever. We didn't even think about it. Hour 37 minutes.
Oh, well. No, I don't think so. It's just like Halloween weekend.
Yeah. Now
Red
this
soccer
weekend,
game,
you're excited
get a
for the
haircut.
crumble cookie, right?
Yeah.
You seem to be like you haven't gotten crumble in a while. Ever since I got you a gift certificate, ironically,
2 weeks I haven't got them.
it seems longer.
No, just 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
What's on the agenda for the crumble cookie? What do they got on their lineup?
He and I are getting all 6.
All six. You know, we'll do a reel. We'll do a husband right. That's what we should do every week. A husband wife reel, going through the crumble cookies.
Selection.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, there's.
that'd be fun.
I mean,
That'd be a good one.
there's probably two on there that I think Hayden will want: the Rice Krispie one and the M&M one. Then there's a key lime one,
Oh, baby,
and then
that sucks when you go low carb.
hold on, I sent it to you.
That's okay.
It's okay. People might want to know, and I have it right here. Strawberry limeade with nerds. I was like, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Classic crispy bar. He might want that. Chocolate malt Tootsie Roll. You might want that. Original M&M. Oh, you might want this one. Peanut butter crisp with Butterfinger. Mystery cookie. Oh, I love it when they do mystery cookie because that means every location is a different one. So you could literally go to a different crumble and get a different mystery cookie.
Oh.
Because when they did it, I got the mystery cookie at the Salem one.
No mystery
That's
where
one
the
that we
money
did.
goes. That's for sure.
I still have my gift card.
Fucking cookie. Yeah, I bought it. It didn't fall out of the fucking sky. Like it's still our money.
Like, let me see. If
But,
anyone's going to the Salem Crumble tonight, I'll tell you what the mystery cookie is.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's something we should do. But you're like saying like, oh, you should get this one. You get that one.
Yeah, but if
if I wasn't on another crazy diet, maybe I would. I'm not gonna get a cookie. I'm
The
not gonna
mystery
undo.
one.
Because I'll tell you this right now.
Mom's recipe.
Here's some shit I'll talk about Crumble.
That one's
All right? I'll talk some shit about Crumble.
No.
On their website, they're deceptive
Oh.
because they put out there 160 calories and they'll say per serving, which we all see.
In Nashua,
Okay, that's good.
they have peanut butter Muddy Buddy as the mystery.
That's great.
North Nashua.
That's great. Eat a bunch of cookies. Don't say goodbye to your penis when you can't see it because you got a fucking
That's
beer gut and a cookie gut.
Okay,
Gross.
Green Mint Andes at the one on Ding Upster.
That's probably a
Those are
lot.
the 3 in the New Hampshire location.
There we go. In case you're out there
And
looking
just
for
Mom's recipe for Salem. I'm not feeling that mystery one.
Yeah, that's
but this was
that's a pinch of sitting on your ass, a dash of Facebook.
Ken
And,
has mom issues, so ladies, don't get offended.
Don't
It's
get it
just quick.
twisted. That's
Yeah,
my
don't get
issue.
twisted.
But
if you have daddy issues, just think of it the
just,
same way.
if you wanna fix, if anybody wants to fix my mom issues, just step it up. Listen, there's moms that I respect. There's obviously, without a doubt, and I don't want to ever come across like I don't.
Yeah.
And then there's some that I don't. They can suck a ghost stick and probably would
You
probably
love
be
that.
happy to do it
That's
and put it on
probably the best
OnlyFans.
thing that you could have heard this year. You
Suck
should
a
write
ghost stick, yeah.
Joe Koya, thank you.
I should reach out to him on Twitter.
Just to say, that line has changed my life because I use it on so many
Maybe
occasions.
change my life is a little
And
aggressive.
like
but
insulting people. It's kind of like just a fun way. Of
It is
like,
a fun. I love it. I just love that whole. Yeah, I'm sure
That-
that'll be good with no. That'll be good on the video.
I mean, it's
Let's
how
mark that one at an hour and 41 where Stephanie pretended to suck a ghost stick on the podcast, and it's on the video, and I'll put it out as a reel,
Nice.
and there'll be no
soul
sound. There'll be no sound. It'll be perfect. So that'll be good. But
Anyways, on that note,
anyways,
we're gonna
so
play some Fortnite.
yeah, listen, we're gonna play some Fortnite with the kids in the as we call it, the studio, the black hole.
Yep.
But listen, thank you very much, everybody. You've listened. You've killed almost pretty close to almost 2 hours. An hour and 3/4 of your life and time has been spent listening to us, which we definitely appreciate. If you do like the show on any of the platforms that you're listening, we do encourage you to like and share, like we said at the top of the show. It would really mean a lot. If you want to reach out to us on social media in any way, shape, or form, you can follow me on Twitter at XCastKen. You can follow me on Instagram at XCastKen as well. Or on Instagram for Stephanie, SNaylor717. You can find her there. Is that correct? You're shaking your head no.
Yeah, but just no mean face.
No mean faces. Don't give any mean faces because Stephanie's anxiety will go through the roof.
Especially when it's just Doug being silly.
It's just
He's not mean to hurt anyone.
Stephanie, enough.
Enough.
Enough. All mean faces, everybody. Just mean faces with grumpy eyes, like whatever.
I'll close that shit down. I'll close
There
it
you go. Just
all
close it
down.
all down. Just give up your tens of dollars that you've earned so far and be done with it. So
That's right. I went from cents to dollars. That was something that happened this week.
there you go. Oh, that's true. That's true. You earned some
I got the job.
cash. We like that. So anyway, listen, we'll be back next week with another episode, we hope, and we'll recap our Halloween, see how that goes, and everything else that's going on in our life next week. If you also want to tune
It'll be
in,
November.
yeah, it will be November. If you're looking for a different style of show, you can also tune in live 7 p.m. on Tuesdays for the XCast, the other podcast that I do. You can check that out. That's a whole different vibe. You can have
they're
fun with that.
Very raunchy. I think.
I don't think raunchy's. No,
They're-
it's not really
They're
raunchy, but it's
three
definitely.
guys, and
Three-
they talk about like old things, like 80s stuff and 90s stuff, and like
Yeah, you know it's old from the
trolls and
80s?
stuff.
You. Trolls. We don't talk about trolls. On that note, we'll end the show here. So anyway, we'll be back next week. We appreciate everybody that's listening, and enjoy.